Imagine sitting down for dinner in Washington, D.C. in the early 1900s. Fresh meat, warm coffee, perfectly normal food. Except there's one terrifying detail. The government secretly added poison to your meal. Not enough to kill you immediately, just enough to see what would happen. Then men in lab coats watched your body slowly react day after day. Nausea, headaches, internal damage. And the creepiest part, the volunteers kept coming back for more. This is the disturbing true story of the Poison Squad. Today, most Americans assume their food is relatively safe. Ingredients are regulated. Labels exist. There are inspections. But in the early 1900s, food in America was practically the Wild West. Manufacturers added dangerous chemicals to preserve meat, meat, and canned goods. Some products contained formaldehyde. Others used copper sulfate, even industrial chemicals. And almost nobody knew what these substances actually did to the human body over time. So one government scientist came up with an insane solution: feed poison directly to human volunteers. Every day, under controlled conditions. And what followed became one of the strangest and darkest experiments in American history.
At the turn of the century, food contamination was everywhere. Milk spoiled quickly. Meat rotted during transport. Factories prioritized profit over safety. So companies turned chemicals. Preservatives became the miracle solution. If food smelled bad, add chemicals. If meat changed color, add chemicals. Consumers had no idea what they were eating. And honestly, some products were horrifying. Milk diluted with dirty water. Candy colored with toxic dyes. Rotting meat chemically treated to appear fresh again. The average person trusted the label, but one man became obsessed with exposing the truth. Dr. Harvey Wiley, a government chemist who believed America as a food supply was quietly poisoning people. Wiley had a problem. Companies denied everything. There wasn't enough scientific proof. So he decided to create proof himself. His idea sounded almost insane. Recruit healthy young men, feed them preservatives and chemicals, then carefully document the effects. The volunteers were mostly government workers, young, healthy, confident, and fierce. Many thought the experiment sounded exciting, almost patriotic. Newspapers even glamorized the group. That's how they got the nickname, the Poison Squad. But once the tests began, the excitement faded quickly. Because these men weren't swallowing tiny harmless doses. Some chemicals were genuinely dangerous, and nobody fully understood the long-term consequences. The Poison Squad ate together in a special basement dining room. Everything looked normal on the surface. fancy meals, white tablecloths, professional cooks, except hidden inside the food or chemicals, borax, formaldehyde, salicylic acid. Substances now associated with industrial use or toxicity. The men agreed not to eat outside food so scientists could track every reaction precisely. At first, symptoms seemed mild. Upset stomachs, loss of. But over time, things became darker. Some volunteers developed severe digestive problems. Others experienced dizziness and exhaustion. A few became so sick they had to leave the study entirely. And imagine the psychological horror of this. Every meal could make you sicker, but you wouldn't know exactly when or how badly. One of the most disturbing chapters involved formaldehyde.
Yes, the same chemical used to preserve dead bodies. At the time, some food manufacturers secretly used it in milk products to delay spoilage. Which sounds unbelievable now. Wiley wanted proof it was dangerous. So volunteers consumed measured amounts under observation. Some participants reportedly suffered intense reactions, nausea, burning sensations, digestive pain. And yet, the experiments continued. That's what makes the Poison Squad story feel so unsettling today. The line between science and cruelty became blurry. These wet lab rats, they were human beings knowingly consuming poison in the name of public safety. Strangely enough, the Poison Squad became famous. Newspapers loved the story. Cartoons were published, songs were written. The public followed updates like entertainment, which creates a disturbing contrast, because while America laughed and joked about the experiments, real people were getting sick behind closed doors. Some volunteers later complained about lasting health issues. Others defended the program proudly. And historians still debate how much danger the government truly understood at the time. Did Wiley know the full risks, or was he also experimenting blindly? That question still hangs over the story. As evidence piled up, Wiley began publicly attacking food manufacturers, and powerful companies fought back aggressively. Some accused him of fear-mongering, others claimed preservatives were completely harmless. Money was at stake, massive amounts of it. Because if Wiley succeeded, entire industries could collapse overnight. The battle became political, scientific, personal. And behind all of it was a terrifying reality. Nobody truly knew how many Americans were already being poisoned daily. In every glass of milk, in every can of food, danger lurks, unbeknownst to them. Poison Squad isn't just a story about science, but about courage in the face of deadly greed.
Here's where the story becomes even creepier.
Some historians believe the Poison Squad experiments may have revealed only a fraction of the problem.
Think about it. If companies were willing to add formaldehyde to milk.
What else were they hiding?
By 10, regulations were weak, inspections were inconsistent, and corporations often controlled information themselves.
That creates an uncomfortable question.
How many dangerous substances entered the food supply without anyone ever discovering them? Even today, conspiracy theories swirl around food, additives, and hidden chemicals.
And maybe part of that fear traces back to stories like this, because history proves something disturbing. Sometimes the public really was being poisoned without knowing it.
Eventually, public outrage grew too large to ignore. The Poison Squad experiments helped push America toward major food safety laws, including the Pure Food and Drug Act of 1906.
Modern food regulations were born partly because men volunteered to become human test subjects. But even then, the story never fully disappeared because underneath the bizarre headlines and old photographs, there's something deeply unsettling about the entire experiment: a government feeding poison to citizens.
To prove corporations were already doing it first.
And maybe the creepiest part is realizing this happened only a little over 100 years ago. Not medieval times, not ancient history, modern America. So here's the question. Do you think the Poison Squad was a necessary experiment that saved millions of lives? Or did the government cross a dangerous ethical line by feeding people poison on purpose?
And honestly, how much do you trust what's really inside your food today? Sometimes history is the scariest mirror to look at the present.